Kids and adults both love the holiday season, and we enjoy trying new foods. We enjoy the smells in the kitchen. But I think you probably would agree, because you have kids, I think that's the hardest time for adults as well as children to watch their weight. And we know that there's obesity with adults and children, and your program, the 45pounds.com, deals with not only everyday eating, school lunches, but you talk about things that we as parents can do to help our children through the holidays.
Yes, there's a lot of things you can do to help your children succeed. Well, we can start with Easter, for example.
Okay.
You know, kids love to hunt for their Easter eggs.
Oh, yeah, that's the treat.
It's great. Well, instead of filling them with candy, the 100-calorie snack packs.
Oh.
I don't know about other kids, but my kids love money. So we always put change in the eggs. My son managed to find most of them, but or tickets, just write on a piece of paper. A ticket to bowling, or, you know, free movie, just stuff that they'll enjoy.
So instead of so much candy,
yes,
having the candy. And of course, these, we were joking about these being such tiny eggs. Anymore they come out with the huge ones, and they are just packed full of candy, so it's awfully hard for kids to resist.
Yes, especially when the average calories in the small candy bar is 72 calories. And if you've got Tootsie Rolls and little Honey Nut candies and just stuff like that, it adds up really fast.
And another choice, we could do the sugar-free candy. We can look for those, and those are delicious too.
Oh, they taste great. But even with the sugar-free, remember to always look at the label and read the calories.
Read the calories, even if it says sugar-free.
Because sometimes sugar-free has more calories.
Okay, that's discouraging.
I've noticed that.
Well, and then of course Halloween is the next big treat, when we really do get saturated with lots of candy, and the kids, you know, get the goodies when they go trick-or-treating and come home. And as a parent, I have to admit, I'm the first one to look in there and see what I want to eat next. So how, if we can't even resist, how do we help the kids?
Well, first of all, I love Halloween. I love dressing the kids up and letting them trick-or-treat. But one way to help the kids is go out and buy. It doesn't have to be expensive. Some little gifts, like here we got bubbles and jacks,
markers and paint sets.
Just something that you know that your kids will like. And what you do is just offer them, or tell them, say, we'll make a deal. Let's say for the bubbles, I'll let you give me 2 pieces of your candy and you can have a bubbles. Or, you know, just offer them, you know, put a tag on there like it would be money. Also do the same
2
thing with
candies for one,
for one
jacks or balls or something.
And next thing
like
you
that.
know, the candy's gone. So, you know, let them have a few pieces, just doing it in moderation. If you're going to keep the candy, set a deadline.
I like that tip.
Yes.
Have a cutoff date.
Because, you know, I know a lot of kids, my son used to be guilty of it. He would hide his candy in his drawers. I would find it a month later, wrappers everywhere. But, you know, just set a deadline. Let's say you've got 1 week to eat it, what you don't eat, but only allow them 2 pieces a day. You know, and then after that
and
week...
not before the meals and things like that.
Yes, not before meals, because that's just a way to... It's not good for your meals.
And candy counts as a starch, doesn't it?
Yes.
So, and that seems to be what most of us get too much of in our daily diet, and kids, I think, especially.
Well, and that's what causes the children to gain weight. A lot of kids, whether it's candy, breads, pasta, that they get way too many starches. And they don't get enough of the other good foods that they need in their diet.
And you talk about on your website and in your cookbook about moderation, serving sizes, of course, moderation, but having something from every food group, so having lots of variety for kids to choose from.
Yeah, kids need variety. If they don't have variety and it's the same boring food, they're not going to do it. But if you give them a variety, and again, meal planning is very important. If they know that they can sit down with you, help plan out their meals for a week, and let them help you with the variety. Let them help you cook. Let them help prepare the meals. You know, just get them involved. But the more variety of foods, the better they're going to do with it.
Well, and I think we always talk about reading labels, and even these small candy bars, which unfortunately I think when we buy the small ones, we say, oh, well, it's so small I can eat 3 of these.
Yes.
But I think if we take the time to look at the like you mentioned earlier, the calories per candy bar, it's really easy for them to become aware of, gosh, that would be awfully good to eat, but that's so many calories, and you don't want to use exercise as a trade-off because, gosh, they'd have to exercise, you know, nonstop for days to burn it off.
Oh, and they probably couldn't burn enough off because on a Halloween haul, the regular calories that's in the bag of candies is 6,500 to 7,000. That's just a regular night. You take a really big night, you're looking at maybe
Double
10,000
that.
calories or more. So, you know, just remember that this is enough calories to last them a month more. You know?
And I like your idea of the trade-off and find things that they like, whether it's little kids, 4 and 5-year-olds, or even up older.
Yeah, you can, you know, like little boys, you can tell them, you know, give me a Reese's peanut butter cup and I'll let you pick a car. Just make it fun. Let them pick. Just put a limit on it and let them pick. Let them decide what they want to get as far as the prizes go, and just go with it. You'll find that they'll enjoy it, and let them have a treat.
And do you ever use things like, maybe extra time to watch their favorite video game, or an opportunity to go with mom and dad, or mom or dad for the afternoon? Do you use things like that as trade-offs?
Yes, and it works great.
Good.
Our daughter loved to go shopping. I'm not a big shopper, but my daughter loves to shop. So, you know, she would even have her dad take her, and her dad would take her to the mall, you know,
So that
and let
could
her
be a
buy
trade-out.
something. It could be, because if you give something that the kids are going to enjoy, if you give them a chance to trade it in or get involved, they're going to do really well. And you'll find that the food's, it's not the first thing on their mind. So it really helps.
Well, we're working up to either Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, and it's so hard to resist all those wonderful foods that we usually only have twice a year. I think that's part of the enticement. It's a shame we don't maybe make turkey throughout the year. But tell us how we can make some better choices.
Well, first of all, when you're cooking carrots, for choices, have your vegetables. Don't cook them in butter. Use spray butter. Spray butter's 0 calories. Tastes like butter. It's good.
So you get the flavor.
Especially if you have family at your house, you know, and talk to your relatives about it. There's a lot of great light recipes. We have some in our cookbook, but instead of the candied yams like these right here, I don't know about everyone else, but I grew up with them covered with butter,
marshmallow and butter,
brown sugar, and marshmallows.
Brown sugar,
Well, one serving is more than 400 calories for half a cup. When you can have a sweet potato, you can even put cinnamon on it. It's 0 calories.
Again, spray the butter on it.
Spray butter. If you like salt and pepper, you can, you know, fix it up and make it where you'll enjoy it. You can even use Splenda. Splenda is a great sugar substitute and 0 calories.
And I noticed that this is white meat, and that's about what, 3 ounces or 4? That's a nice size serving.
That's 3 ounces,
3
of white
ounces.
meat. Yes, and it's only 140 calories versus the dark meat that's untrimmed, which is over 400 calories.
Wow.
This is half a cup of box stuffing, and you can cut up your own celery. You can add stuff to it, you know, celery, onions, spices that you enjoy. But it's better to have maybe half a cup of box stuffing versus the homemade stuffing that you don't keep up with. The box stuffing.
What goes in it.
Yes. So
what about desserts? That's my downfall. I love all of this, but I really love when it's time for the pies and cakes and desserts.
Well, one thing that I would recommend is like the apple pies. Bake them with Splenda. Cut out the crust. Don't use a full crust. We have some wonderful recipes in our cookbook that we have apple pie. Pumpkin pie. You can even download, we have a pumpkin pie recipe on our cookbook because of the holidays with half the calories. You can have a slice of our light pumpkin pie for 170 calories versus a slice of regular pumpkin pie, which is 300 and
double. Almost double.
I'm going to say 375 or something. But it really is how you cook it, how you prepare it, and what you put in it.
And I think that's something we've talked about many times about maybe kids don't like vegetables, but perhaps it's the way they're cooked. And if we can be a little more adventuresome or let them choose if they want it boiled or if they want it baked or whatever, maybe that would taste better.
Let them pick out some spices. Let them experiment with you. Lay out some spices that you might think would be good on carrots, for steamed carrots. Let them put it on there. Let them help experience the cooking with their mom or dad. Let them add the seasonings they want to do. Just get them involved. And if you can doctor up vegetables with spray butter instead of real butter. Real butter is 100 calories for 2 tablespoons for serving. Light butter is 50. And then the spray butter is 0. So there's other options out there. Splenda instead of sugar. There's just many ways. Spices, garlic salt, Mrs. Dash. garlic and herb, lemon pepper, they're all wonderful spices that you can use on your turkey, your carrots, your dressing.
And just experiment, but like you say, get the kids involved. And I think the earlier we start with kids and helping them make good choices, the easier life they will have in terms of staying healthy, not having to fight other diseases that are often associated with childhood obesity.
Yes, and if they can learn to eat healthy now and take it on to their adulthood, maybe they can pass it on with their children and their grandchildren.
Well, and we encourage people, if they would like to go to the website, it's 45pounds.com.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Lisa.
Thank you.